Hey, welcome, y'all. Underdog Pod, episode 29 in the building. Dr. Lund, church. What's going on, fellas?
Hey man, happy to be here. I know Drew is sad not dancing for some reason, but I'm happy.
I
Happy
see
to
you
be
got
here.
your robe on, you got the little bling bling showing the taco meat.
Hey man, it's coach. I take this off. I don't want to get banned from the pod, but I'm in a natural habitat.
Oh my God, bro. This man.
Oh man.
Ugh.
Dang.
Ain't changed a bit,
Dang. What's going on, man? What we talking about today? Let's get it started.
bro. I guess we'll just get the most serious thing out the way because it's probably the most heinous. Well, I mean, I guess it's just the next level. Brittney Griner finally been transferred to her penal colony. I think that is kind of how they do the prisons over there, or it's more like camps and a lot of hard labor and stuff out here. So uh, I don't know, man. It'll probably never sit right. I don't know what their appeal process is, but some lawyers need to get on it because that shit ridiculous.
Yeah, I think all of this is, like I said, a chess move by Russia. I think they knew they were about to. I mean, obviously they knew they were about to invade Ukraine, but they know how the U.S. likes to meddle in outside wars, and they figured they would use this as a, you know, move in their back pocket when they need it the most. So I know the U.S. has proposed that a prisoner exchange, one of their prisoners for Brittney Griner and another prisoner that they have over there in Russia, and they're just taking their time dragging their feet. I mean, I feel for her. I think it was an honest mistake. I don't think anybody should be put in prison for something so stupid. But it's politics, man, and Putin would do whatever he can to get an advantage on the U.S. Unfortunately, prayers go out to her family, her wife. It's just terrible, man.
And I was just looking into it. The charge is actually smuggling drugs, deliberate smuggling of drugs, which obviously not is not the case. And I've heard in some, I'm sure a lot of listeners heard this. Well, a lot of people they say, oh, she shouldn't have brought that over there. Like, duh, you don't want to bring weed to Russia. And I think people choose certain crimes that are convenient for them, like politically, especially to dismiss a black female. But I remember that show, Locked Up Abroad, like all these Europeans and stuff, they're actually smuggling weed into Thailand and all this stuff, and they somehow get bailed out. It's just kind of ludicrous. Deliberately smuggling drugs for a vape pen, that's the charge. Obviously, that's not the case.
Yeah, she said she was rushing to pack and didn't realize it was in her luggage. Like it was an honest mistake. To me, if something like that happened, all you gotta do is toss it, write them a ticket, do something. Don't keep the person locked up and try to, make them serve some time for it. It would be different if she had like a pound in her bag
Right.
and was going over there. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yo, it reminds me of a story. I was with Will, the CA on our floor, Drew, and he was a Mizzou band member, and we went to go get some food, and we had smoked or whatever, but we went to go get food, and there was smelled outside, and the cops, they like cornered our car, and we parked in the parking lot, and they came out and searched everything. He's like, hey, is there anything on you? And I was like, it just clicked in my head. I threw on a shirt, and I had a half a blunt in my pocket from the night before. And I just told him, but he could have been a dick and wrote me a ticket. So you can forget the kind of stuff. Nobody's perfect. Yeah, it's just unfortunate.
and I think like I remember reading the story they were getting ready to release her. And then they switched shifts. And then the next set of people that came and found out who she was, they're like, nah, we holding you. And from there, so it's just crazy how like something so stupid like that could,
Right.
change your life. But I digress, man.
She won't be there forever. We know that. People aren't going to sit there and let her be rotting away in there forever. It's just it's going to be a journey.
Unless the U.S. government does something at this point, in my opinion, nothing's gonna, unless they make a demand and I doubt that they will go to war against Russia if they don't release them. But I feel like they should, because if any other U.S. Army, somebody was stuck over there for something stupid, it'll be like release them or else.
Wasn't one of LeVar Ball's kids stealing sneakers in China or something?
Yeah, and the U.S. negotiated his release.
I think that's what I'm saying. Is like I don't understand why it can't be.
It's because they started a war with Ukraine, and that whole Ukraine being allies with the U.S. and now the U.S. is wondering if they take action, is it going to start World War III? It sucks.
Well, hopefully she ain't got to do the whole 9 years. Hopefully shit change, man.
I hope so too, man.
Speaking of change.
Hey, look at you with the segue.
The Nets hire Jacques Vaughn as the new coach. He's a decent coach. I forgot a couple teams, but when they listed him off, I remembered he's, you know what I mean? But I feel like it's the Ime Udoka thing, like kind of how it was like, we want him or what, you know what I'm saying? They were like, nah. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, if companies really do that to get the coaches they want, what, you know what I mean? Who knows? But I'm not the Nets insider.
Well, somebody apparently is a Nets insider, so let's listen to this for a second, y'all.
Anywhere else, but I'm going to say it now. I said on my podcast, No Mercy. I'm going to say it again. I believe part of the reason he was suspended, but not fired, is because the Boston Celtics did not want him to end up in Brooklyn. I believe that Ime Udoka, had he gotten fired, with all the stuff that happened, remember, the operative words were consensual relationship, violation of organizational policy. So because it's that, it's about your behavior, which we don't endorse, as opposed to a crime. And because there was nothing that was put out there that said it was a crime, I believe that if Ime Udoka had been fired by the Boston Celtics, the Brooklyn Nets would have fired Steve Nash and brought that brother back, and he would be the coach for the Brooklyn Nets right now. That's how emphatic I feel about that. That's no source material, no inside information. That's just my personal opinion. KD wanting to be traded. KD asking out of his deal, wanting Steve Nash, allegedly, supposedly, reportedly wanting Steve Nash, and obviously, I'm sorry, the GM. I'm sorry, I got
Marks.
Like Marks, Sean Marks. I talk to him all the time. I don't know why. Here's the deal. I forgot his name. The point is, those guys wanting them gone. I believe if Ime Udoka, who was an assistant before he got the Boston Celtics job, he was an assistant in Brooklyn. Had he gotten fired, he would have been coaching in Brooklyn. And if that brother was coaching KD, Kyrie, and Ben Simmons, Lord have mercy.
You think the Celtics didn't fire him because they were afraid of that?
I think they were afraid of it.
Yeah, I disagree with that.
All right.
I don't think the Celtics care.
I just
Disagree
believe
with a
that.
lot
You
of
may
stuff.
or may not be right about that. We'll probably,
just a belief.
we'll probably
Just a
never
belief.
know. But look, another reason could be because of what he did as a head coach in Boston a year ago, and this team is on the precipice of winning a championship. And a lot of it is because of what you said about Ime.
What y'all think, man?
It's like I said, if they really playing games with the coaches like they do players, it just kind of is what it is.
I think Brooklyn has so many PR nightmares right now. Would they want to add another one? I think Stephen A. Smith, is doing some sort of drug that we don't know about in a lot of his opinions. And like adding a PR nightmare. They were worried about Brooklyn, the PR nightmare team, adding another PR nightmare on top of it because they're doing so well handling things now.
I don't think teams like that care about the PI nightmare as long as they win. I mean, they've been trying to win for 3-4 past years now, trying to bring everybody over there.
It's New York, bro. It's New York. That's a lot of weight to hold in New York.
Say that again?
That's a lot of weight to hold in New York, man. That's a lot of stress. You already know. So.
Yeah.
Speaking of stress,
Hey, bro.
the Warriors lost 5 straight before they finally beat the Kings on Monday, and then I think they won another game this week. But yeah, man, the Warriors is not looking so hot right now. What you got to say?
What I got to say about that? Well, I mean, I feel like it's an 82 game season, man. Like, who cares what they do right now?
That's that spoiled Warriors fan talk.
You know what I mean? We champions, man, 4 times. It's okay. Let them lose a few games. It'll build character. As long as they ain't losing in April, they ain't losing in June, I'm good. Lose right now in October. Get your ass beat real good so you can understand. Feel like they can beat you.
Bro.
So they can understand. I ain't worried about.
He said, "Get your ass beat real good."
Real talk though. I think the mistake they made was they got rid of their vets. The Otto Porter Juniors. Iguodala's hurt right now. I mean, he's still on the team, but as much as you want to lean on the younger core, you still need that veteran presence. Like, hey, this is how we're gonna do things. Now play defense down there, run back, get back to your man. Stuff like that rookies sometimes forget because they're looking at Steph Curry drop 50. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about it, bro.
Well, y'all got the Cavaliers tomorrow.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good game. I'm looking forward to that.
And plus, Draymond Green, he's a mouth breather. So he can't play the whole season fully. Anyways, it's good he loses the first couple games before the playoffs.
That's how you feel? What'd you say? He's a mouth breather?
Bro.
What's a mouth breather?
His mouth is open.
Let's play this video.
Oh my God, bro.
Points from Stephen Curry to get that done. What has been missing from the defending champ so far this season?
I think one of the things that we sometimes take for granted is a team that wins a lot, that's been to 6 finals in 8 years. The regular season is arduous. It is a grind. There's always going to be a little bit of a malaise when the season starts, anytime a team wins a championship. But when you've done it year after year and you've had 2 extra months tacked onto your season for that long a period of time, it's very difficult to find the interest level that you need every night at the start of a season, Sage. So I think we need to put that into context and understand they're going to be okay, because ultimately, what are you banking on with the Warriors? You're banking on style of play.
He'll be okay. I agree with you, Bola.
If I didn't like Tim Legler so damn much, but he's a pretty good analyst, and normally he'd be on point. And I kind of agree, but at the same time, I love to highlight when you lose. So we here.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Other than that, I think the Kings take y'all. Y'all favored to win by 2. But
you mean the Cavs?
Yeah, I think that's what I meant. Cavs gonna beat y'all.
I ain't even gonna be surprised if they do. They got Garland back.
Yeah.
Okay. They probably win. We'll see. Speaking of hoops, NCAA.
Oh. Yes, it is back. My favorite. I prefer the college ball, so this is just my bag. You already know.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, dive in, man. North Carolina is number 1 again.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Duke is number 7 and number 8, depending on which poll you're looking at.
Hey, well, look, I'll tell you this. We're gonna be a lot better than that. It's unfortunate North Carolina's number 1. Hopefully they lose very soon. And that's just because Tobacco Road is real, bro. It's not no joke. And Tar Heel is an offensive term. Everybody want to talk about the Chiefs changing their name. Can we change the Tar Heel, please?
But I don't even know what it means.
How's that offensive?
It's not a term of endearment from the Carolinas from back in the day. Let's just say that.
Okay.
So
Have to do some research on that.
yeah, have people do their research. I'm not gonna be, I don't want to get canceled, say that I'm doing hate speech for telling the truth. Other than that, it's very, very early in the season. Some teams haven't even played a game, or like one game. So it's really kind of hard. I don't want to speculate too much. We could dive all day in that, because it's just like college football. But I will say that my underdog's probably gonna be the same as last season, bro. The Providence Friars, bro. They won a nail biter. They was down by like, I think 12, 15 at one point, and they ended up winning by 2 on the last possession of the game because they made it. The other team was dribbling down the court, slipped, and coughed up the ball, and they ended up winning. But just how they fight, Ed Cooley got another nice little team of dogs, so I think it's gonna be the Providence Friars probably.
Okay. How about you, Dane? Who's your underdog? What team are you rooting for?
I have no college basketball understanding yet, but I know one team that's definitely an underdog. Mizzou. I'm sure they'll be terrible, and I can say they'll be an underdog every week.
Actually, shout out to well, not a shout out. Actually, this is pretty sad. Actually read in the Kansas City Star today that Jed Frost, I think he's a former player, and then he was like a coach at one point. Mizzou Tiger. He ended up actually it was a murder suicide, him and his wife.
What?
Yeah, bro. It's kind of crazy. It was in the Dallas. They live in Dallas, but yeah, it was in the Kansas City Star today. Kind of crazy. So
What was his name?
Jed Frost, Jed.
Sad to hear, man.
Yeah, it's just one of those situations, bro. It's just like, bro, you never know what's going on. And Mizzou basketball. So it's a sad day just for the university. Normally I don't claim any Mizzou athletics other than softball. Shout out to the ladies. But just a sad day. It's you don't wish that kind of stuff on people. So
They went to Elite Eight.
yeah.
So,
If I had to pick an underdog, probably the Bethune-Cookman Wildcats.
I can respect that.
One play specifically on that team is Zion Harmon. They lost terribly to Indiana. But it's all about the underdog, man. I can see them doing well. Hopefully he gets some more, shine. He's a guard. I like the way he plays. I saw some of that game, so just wanted to shout out Zion Harmon.
Oh, they got whooped 101-49.
Dude,
Jesus.
they got shellacked.
but how do you guys find the time right now with college basketball? You got NBA and football.
It comes with the territory, man. You guys,
I do this all day.
But which one are you prioritizing? I mean, obviously football for me, number one.
Football, because there's less games. You always prioritize football. That's
I'm more biased towards basketball, so like I seek out the basketball stories, but I'm more so seek out like what are things that we can discuss on the show that are standing out. If a game is on, I'll watch it, but I'm not like, oh my God, I gotta watch every minute of it so I can talk about it on the show. So it just kind of depends. Even basketball is that way too. Like Warriors game could be on and I'll watch like the first 5 minutes, then I turn it off. I may watch the fourth quarter if it's interesting. If they about to lose, I turn it off and I'll just catch the highlights. House of Highlights, shout out to them. They do great videos where they just show the recaps.
I definitely do the condensed NBA videos just because there's so many games, but I prioritize football just because it ends in February and then we still got like 50 games of basketball. And then NFL Plus, Game Pass, get them condensed games in. I've actually seen every game this year.
And that's why I like, the pod so much. This type of conversation. This used to be what you would have in the office. Yo, you catch that game, you catch that game. A lot of people are virtual right now, and they don't have this kind of Joe Schmo talk no more.
Yeah. Big college basketball games. Michigan State, Gonzaga tomorrow. Duke plays SC Upstate. Don't even know who that is. Duquesne or play Kentucky, Villanova, Temple, SMU, Dayton, South Florida, Auburn. That ain't gonna be good. Alabama basketball ranked again. I think that's 2 seasons in a row. That's
I
actually kind
saw
of
that.
wild.
I'm like, they stepping
Yeah.
up, man.
Yeah, Alabama basketball ranked. That's kind of wild. Virginia's ranked again. UMKC plays U of I. Well, the Kangaroos already have 2 losses, so I assume they'll catch a third. But a nice little interesting. I'm talking about you would have the very loaded end of any bet that we have. U of I's ranked though 23. San Diego State, BYU, Long Beach State, UCLA. That'll be a good game. Long Beach always puts out a good little team. Other than that, we just getting started. We'll get to the specifics when it gets specific.
Just licking my chops thinking about some cross sport parlays right now.
Oh, this guy. Speaking of crosses,
You've been practicing, bro.
hey, bro. Speaking of crosses, I know a lot of crosses are gonna get thrown in this UFC fight on Saturday. I'm very excited, bro. Extremely, extremely excited. This is the fight that I think I've been waiting for Israel Adesanya's entire career.
Adesanya, not Adesanya. Adesanya.
Adesanya.
Uh-huh.
You're
See,
Nigerian.
Yoruba or Igbo?
It's Yoruba, man.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what? I couldn't wait to talk to you about this fight. I'm interested in seeing this. Now, I know they weren't fighting in the MMA, they weren't fighting in the UFC, but when these two dudes encountered one another, what was it, Global?
It was in Glory Kickboxing,
Glory
yeah.
Kickboxing, excuse me. They fought twice.
Yep.
Adesanya lost both fights.
Yep.
Second time, he got knocked out.
Yes.
What are you anticipating in this fight?
A different fight, because the reality is this. In those fights, Stephen A., Izzy fought well. The first fight, they thought it was a bad decision. Second fight, Izzy was winning. We're looking at a fight where Izzy might have won the majority of the rounds, but Pereira has the ultimate equalizer in the left hook. He earned his championship fight by knocking out Sean Strickland with that same blow. But to me, it comes down to not only the skills, but the mental of the champion, Israel Adesanya, because there's one thing to fighting someone that has beaten you before.
But to get knocked out is a different
animal. To go and fight a person that knocked you out.
And by the way, correct me if I'm wrong, when he got knocked out by 12-inch gloves.
Yep.
In the UFC, it's going to be 4 inches.
4 ounce. 4-ounce gloves opposed to 12. Right? So in boxing, it's 12 and 10. Heavyweights wear 12. As you get lighter, they wear 10. In kickboxing, 12-ounce gloves, 4-ounce gloves. Guys, the glove is nothing but a pad on your fist. So for a guy like Alex Pereira, Stephen A., this dude's tall as you. He's 225 pounds, fights 185.
Who y'all think gonna win?
Every single fight I've ever seen Israel fight, except for the Jan Blachowicz fight, only because I knew he wasn't gonna bulk on. He said he was gonna stay at 185 to fight for 205, which was his mistake. He lost. Every other fight, I've picked Israel. This is the first fight and probably the only fight. Like he said, bro, he beat this dude twice. Now, yeah, that was kickboxing. Yeah, that was a long time ago. But it's like, bruh, like, this is the only guy who can kind of do what he does. Just like when we saw Alexander Gustafsson against John Jones. This is the first guy who you know what I'm saying? Who can really match him up. So I feel like, bro, it's easily going to be, fight of the year candidate. No way it's not.
No, I don't watch as many fights as you do, but I do know Israel, he fights kind of reckless to me sometimes, and that gives the fight more of the puncher's chance, and it makes me scared just to go upright and bet on Israel, who is the favorite to win.
Alex, bro, it's you know, Izzy's 6'4", lengthy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's it's very rare that you get these these Allen Jordan shaped dudes. You know what I'm saying? It's very rare that you get a dude that's that tall with a waist that's, you know what I'm saying? So this dude is more built like Sagat off Street Fighter, like the traditional kickboxer. You know what I'm saying? He's easily more muscular than Izzy. You know what I'm saying? I still believe in Izzy, but it's like, bro, this is a big fight. Like if there's a way y'all could catch it, I would suggest it.
You know what I'm gonna say.
I already know you're
You already
Nigerian.
know what I'm gonna say, brother. I know he gonna be eating some fufu and a goosey before this fight.
Why don't you guys make it interesting then? Why don't you guys put a bet on it? Bola got his guy, Drew, you got yours. What are you gonna bet on?
Izzy my guy too. Izzy my
So
guy
now
too.
you're gonna go in the middle.
No, bro, bro, you can't. If you gonna make me choose, I'm gonna say Izzy. This is just the first guy who is just
Love
like,
betting, don't you dare.
Huh?
I say you just love betting, don't you dare.
I just want to see people put their money where their mouth is. You know, that's all.
I hear you.
Accountability.
another shout out, Dustin Poirier, Michael Chandler. That's gonna be an excellent fight, bro. I got Dustin Poirier in that fight. My boy from Lafayette, Louisiana, probably the best boxer at 155. Carlos Esparza, the Cookie Monster, going against Zhang Wei Li for the strawweight title. That's gonna be crazy. Frankie Edgar somehow out here still fighting.
How old is he now?
Bro, I wish I knew. I think it's 40 something. Dan Hooker out of Australia getting the fight. Dominic Reyes. It's a good card, bro. It's like I said, it's a good card all the way down.
Hey, Frankie got that movement though. That's all I remember.
No, yeah.
He
Yeah,
reminds me. He's trying to be like, oh my God, I'm losing my mind. Heavyweight champ dude right now, the King, Gypsy King.
oh,
He's
Tyson.
trying to move like that, but he moves more like a cracked out strobe light. You know, it just doesn't work for him.
No, but it's like, yeah, if I had to pick, I'd still pick Izzy just because I want him to win. You know what I mean? But this guy, he's just no joke. And he's probably the first dude in Izzy's weight class. Because you got to remember, 170's been, or 185's been a toss-up until he got a hold of it for the longest, you know what I'm saying, since Anderson changed hands a lot of times.
So at the UFC bars in Tampa, the main question is, do they still wear affliction shirts?
Bro.
I just need to know.
I still be seeing them, bro. I still be seeing them. Yeah, bro. With the like rhinestone bedazzled diesel jeans.
Really?
Yeah,
That
bro.
shit's still out there?
Some of them got cowboy boots. Yeah, it's like, it's wild out here, bro. They get out of these big trucks with lights on them. They look like Power Rangers.
Bola, you seen that shit, the UFC fans?
No, I have not.
They wear like these tight shirts that say affliction.
What that was.
Well, it's crazy. Like they have fight merch now. They didn't have that back in the day. Like you can get fight merch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They be like, oh, you like Israel Adesanya? Click on this link right now. Get a black and gold shirt.
Hopefully he's making some money off of that.
Picklehead don't like me. I can't really say much else. Picklehead done had me blocked on Twitter since 2010. So I don't fuck with Dana White. So I don't know, but probably not.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Yeah, so.
Well, speaking of money, man, let's get our sponsors, man. Gold Standard Farms, founded in 1941, Memphis, Tennessee, is a boutique hemp farm specializing in organic hemp cultivation, seed genetics, R&D, and eco-friendly hemp-based material. For more information, email Carson@goldsteinfarms.com. That's Karson.
Shout out to Carson.
Yep, yep.
No pictures of the perp. This one.
You stubborn down.
Oh, I took it down, man. The purplest perp ever.
It's still there, man. It's
The
real.
purple. He said the purplest perp.
I've actually seen stuff like that, to be
Oh
honest.
no, that shit exists. Go to Sri Lanka,
It exists.
bro. You'll be like, it's red. What?
Mhm. Yes, sir. With that said, we got a special guest coming next week for y'all, man. Stay tuned. I don't want to reveal anything yet, but should be interesting conversation. And with that said, we'll take us out. Music don't ever want to work at the end.
Yeah, ever at the end, bro.
Hey.
Bro,
Oh, man.
oh,
Shut
come on,
up.
bro.
Oh,